Cyclotron. What is a cyclotron? Cyclotron is a machine to accelerate charged particles or ions to high energies. It was invented by E.O. Lawrence and M.S. Livingstone in 1934 to investigate nuclear structure. What is the basic principle? In which principle cyclotron works? Cyclotron is based on the principle that a charged particle in a magnetic field move in a circular path and also with a helical path. So the basic principle in cyclotron is that we move a charged particle basically in a magnetic field, so that the charged particle, the motion of the charged particle becomes circular and helical also. Now let us discuss about the construction of the cyclotron. In cyclotron, you have a source. There is a source of charged particles or ions at a position P. You see in this figure, this is the position P, which is the source of charged particle. This is the source of charged particle, and there are two D's. This is one D and this is another D. You may say this is the D1 and this is the D2. Why it is called D? Because it looks like D. You see, this looks like the structure D, so this is called D. So there are two metal D's. This is made of metal D's D1 and D2, where uniform magnetic field is given. Inside this D, there is uniform magnetic field. The direction of magnetic field is always perpendicular to the motion of the charged particle. To the motion of the charged particle, when the charged particle enters the D, the direction of the magnetic field is perpendicular to the motion of the charged particle. It is arranged. The magnetic field, the arrangement of the magnetic field is such that the direction of the magnetic field is perpendicular to the motion of the charged particle. And the charged particle inside the D produces circular and helical motion. We know when a charged particle, the velocity of the charged particle is perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, the motion of the charged particle becomes circular and it also becomes helical. We have discussed it in the previous video. Every time the charged particle moves from one D to the other, it is acted upon by electric field. When the charged particle moves from one D to this other D, electric field is applied on this charged particle by through this oscillator. This oscillator produces a electric field, and the charged particle is given an electric field when there is a transfer of particle from one D to the other. Inside the D there is no electric field applied on the charged particle. Only when the charged particle move from one D to the other, in between the two D's, here the electric field is applied. So when the electric field is applied, the particle get accelerated. The particle get accelerated here when the electric field is applied. That is why the path of the beam becomes spiral, because the radius of the particle increases, because the particle get more energy from the electric field. That is why its radius increases. And when the radius of this orbit of the charged particle becomes equal to the radius of the D, then the particle comes out to bombard the target. This is the exit of the particle. So when the radius of this particle, charged particle, that means radius of this motion of the charged particle is equal to the radius of the D, the charged particle comes out of the chamber and it get bombarded. It bombards with the target. The whole assembly is evacuated to minimize collision between the ions and air molecules. The whole apparatus, inside the apparatus, vacuum is there, the whole assembly is evacuated so that there will be no collision between the charged particle and the air present inside the chamber. So we have discussed about the construction of the cyclotron. Then let us discuss about the working. So now let us discuss about the working of the cyclotron. The Lorentz force on a charged particle Q in a magnetic field B is given by F equal to Q into V cross B, where V is the velocity of the charged particle, and we know the direction of the magnetic field is given by the right hand thumb rule. Since the magnetic force is perpendicular to the velocity of the charged particle, there will be no work. No work is done. So this condition produces a centripetal force on the charged particle. Centripetal force have, we know centripetal force have no origin. It always produced from other forces. So here the centripetal force is produced from the magnetic force. So the magnetic force, which is equal to QVB, that will give you the centripetal force. So QVB will be equal to mv square by r, where m is the mass of the charged particle and r is the radius of the charged particle when it is coming out or when it exits, where r is also the radius of the d. So from this equation you can find out the velocity of the charged particle. So the velocity of the charged particle will be equal to q into b into r divided by m, and the kinetic energy of the charged particle will be equal to half mv square. So half m into v square q b r divided by m square. So kinetic energy of the charged particle will be q square b square r square divided by twice m. Then how to find out the frequency of the cyclotron or cyclotron frequency? At resonance condition, the frequency of the oscillator nu A, frequency of the oscillator, I have taken here nu A, that is the applied frequency. So frequency of the oscillator is equal to the frequency of the cyclotron, that is nu C. And we know the linear velocity is equal to r into angular velocity, and the velocity of the charged particle we have found out, it is equal to q b r divided by m, and that is will be equal to r into omega. Omega is equal to twice pi by t, where t is the time period. So here you can 1 by time period is equal to the frequency. So frequency of the cyclotron will be equal to 1 by t. We can write here nu c, that will be equal to qb divided by twice pi m. So you see from this expression of the frequency of the cyclotron, that cyclotron frequency is independent of the speed of the ion. There is no velocity here. So cyclotron frequency is independent of the speed of the ion, and also the cyclotron frequency is independent of the radius of the orbit. There is no r term here. So cyclotron frequency is independent of two things, that is the speed of the ion and the radius of the orbit. The various experiments on cyclotron is useful to study the nuclear reactions, and cyclotron is used to study the synthesis of the new materials. It is also used in hospitals to produce radioactive substances which can be used in diagnosis and treatment.